What's up guys, Kara Corey here, and I'm back with another great recipe for you. This is a very easy recipe that does not require any baking, and it does involve a little bit of help from my good friend, the avocado. So you guys will need an avocado for this recipe, which may sound odd, but bear with me. We are gonna make one of the best protein puddings you've ever tasted. So avocado, adding the addition of it to this recipe gives it a nice creamy taste to it, and I promise you can't taste it. If you guys have had avocado, you know it doesn't really have a strong flavor anyways, so it adds a great source of heart-healthy fats and just kind of helps make it creamy and delicious. So to get started, I am going to use today just the basic chocolate MTS whey. You guys can sub in another flavor if you like, but I'm going to keep this recipe very basic for you so you guys can modify it as you'd like. So to start out with, we are going to add 1 full scoop of the chocolate MTS whey. And we're going to throw this in the bowl. Getting low on my chocolate here. Okay, so 1 full scoop of that going into the bowl. Very simple. This recipe really is quick to prepare, which is why I like it. It doesn't involve a ton of ingredients. So the next thing we're going to add to make it extra chocolatey is some unsweetened baking cocoa. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of this. And this just helps give it that nice, rich chocolate flavor. I also have the dark, they make a dark variety of this that also tastes very good. If you guys have that on hand, you could use that as well. And I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon in of Splenda. For sweetness, you're gonna wanna kinda play it by ear and give it a little taste before you decide what level of sweetness you wanna add to it. So I'm just gonna start with 1 tablespoon. And that is going to be it for all the dry ingredients for the most part. I'm just going to give that a quick little whip, mix that around. And for our avocado, you're going to want to have 1 ripe avocado. And how you know it's ripe if you're someone that's never bought them before, it has this color to it. You kind of can't tell by the color. Sometimes the best thing you can do is kind of squeeze it. And you want it to have a little bit of a soft touch to it, and that's when you know it's pretty ripe, ready to eat. If you can mash it with your hand real easily, it's probably too ripe and might be a little brown on the inside, but this is kind of the perfect avocado right here. So I'm going to add in 1 full avocado, and I don't really have any special way of doing it. I'm just going to take a spoon and dump it out. Some people stick a knife in the actual seed. I'm not going to go there with a knife. I'm just going to kind of work around it-ish. Actually, I'm going to pick it out since it fell in there. I'll grab that in a second. But you just want to kind of scoop it all out and put the whole avocado in there. Now, some of you might ask, why didn't I use a blender or a food processor? You guys can do that if you want. See, not a big deal. You can do that if you want, but because we're making kind of a small amount here, only using 1 avocado, you might end up losing a lot in the blender. So it's just as easy to go ahead and mash it up. When an avocado is ripe, you can mash it up pretty easily with a spoon. So just go ahead and mash it up right now.
It's recording, remember.
Okay. So I've got a good amount of it mashed up. There's still some avocado chunks in there, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and add in our last 2 ingredients, which is going to add a little more liquid and make it a little bit easier to mix up. So optional, but I am going to add some sugar-free maple syrup. This is going to aid in the sweetness to it. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of this, which is 1 serving. We're going to dump that right in there. And I'm also going to add in 1/4 cup of my Silk unsweetened cashew milk. And go ahead and dump that in there. So now we're just going to go ahead and finish mixing this up. All right, guys, so I've got the pudding all mixed up. This recipe actually makes 3 servings. This is not chilled yet. I would recommend putting it in the fridge and chilling it for a couple hours. You can certainly go ahead and eat it right now, but it does thicken up a little bit and taste a little better chilled. You may notice for mine, I do have just some small little pieces of avocado in it still. I don't mind that at all. If you do, feel free to add it to like a NutriBullet or a blender if you have like texture issues. But this recipe turns out amazing. You really, other than seeing a little bit of the avocado, wouldn't even know what's in there. And again, if you want to make it a little bit sweeter, you could add something like I had out this Better Stevia dark chocolate drops. You could add that to it. You can add in a little peanut butter, coconut, you name it, sky's the limit with this recipe. So I hope you guys give this a try. Please keep checking back. Every Friday we will be posting a recipe video. So instead of commenting below that I make the same shit every week, why don't you guys leave a comment below and let me know what recipes you'd like to see me modify with your favorite MTS way, and I'd be glad to make them. So keep checking back for more, and if you don't already, go subscribe to my channel at Kara Corey Fit Life.